So, last we left off, planning had some ups and downs. Faces were taken, an entire Justicar was, without saying borrowed with a 5-finger discount. Someone got some new toys for everyone in a case of holding, with a very John Wick taste test style host and their cipher. Someone else basically boss girled their way through an entire Vanguard security checkpoint and got a bunch of shit. Which is still now my favorite moment in that entire section of watching Amberly completely emaciate an entire Vanguard security checkpoint. Mm-hmm. And also managed to collecting, if I'm not mistaken, void sheen degreasers, either heavy kinetic swords and hazmat suits, and pulse rifles, and plasma cutters. So there's a few. And also, Zelith got the hazmat suits, I believe, like the heavy.
Job.
You did your job? Yes. Someone picked up all the gas masks and pox mist filters as well, and I believe someone. Yep, and if I remember correctly, Zeus just went a little tangent and picked up a bunch of shit.
Good bit of stuff, just odds and ends.
Yeah, the odds and ends. One giant Justicar cryo coffin. And then additionally, trying to set up a local alert to try and get the Vanguard security to leave while they go into the warehouse. Fate had other plans, causing an entire HAB sector to blow up, an entire electrical grid to fry, and safety features to be turned on accidentally in those HAB blocks, causing massive amount of damages in the span of 2 hours. Things happen with Tydo basically screaming at Zeus down his own heads-up display of like, what the fuck did you just do? But that's unrelated.
Oops.
Yeah, whoops!
Did I do that?
And then our illustrious sorcerer decided to play a little bit of walkabouts and got a little bit too curious. And Zelith went further into the Lazarus reprocessing plant upon registering that. Yeah, as one does, upon also registering that the Lazarus crew members were also organic mannequins that need faces to pop on them for them to shift into a humanoid form. And Zelith went down, and down, and down, and came face to face with what could only potentially be described as a eldritch AI from beyond the jump gate grid. And was very curious as to why she was there, and nearly made her part of the brood with the terrifying machines that decided to try and turn Zelith into Swiss cheese. However, there's also... Yeah. However, at the exact same time, Zeus was also picked up by this same rogue AI, and this thing went tunneling through the grid, and also was the cause for those Habbock destruction. And when they eventually found Zeus piggybacked their trail, and realizing this was something of a much larger entity that went beyond a tear in the jump gate corridor, and then something piggybacked on his little track towards this thing, and was very quickly removed from the situation.
Yeah, there was something, some message from the gift giver.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't me.
Yeah.
I found.
Yeah, it wasn't Freddy this time.
Yeah.
It wasn't Freddy.
I did nothing.
No, you. To be fair, you had the easiest one. You went and got stuff and came back.
Yeah.
That's it. No, it's easy.
It's great.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, dogs are growling at each other right now.
Fun. But after someone was sedated with extreme amounts of drugs,
Horse tranquilizer, you know.
a horse tranquilizer, yeah, and someone.
Yeah, I had some questions about that.
And someone got their now 2 beautiful twin suppressor bolt pistols. Someone still has to collect and claim the chain whip sword. Someone got knives, which I believe magnetically return to their holster, so you never run out of knives. And I believe someone also then got a nanite gun.
Yeah, and an extra hand.
Yeah, and an extra like hands-free hand that you can use to like move things around, as well as potentially some extra protocol CPUs to plug in as well with that high-tech gun. And someone then also got a bunch of new shit as well. But with all this acquired, we peel ourselves back to the Silver Ravens Guild, quote unquote. It's like 3 to 4 cargo containers strapped together to make one big house. Zilith, you had a question about this tranquilizer.
Yeah, because at the time it was pushed in, I was pretty much insane because there were 2 sparks flying on at the same time. So at the point of like the drugs kicking in, are they both just dampened to there is nothing going on, or is one of them just kind of pushed back?
Both have been returned back to their original states, so you're kind of like, no, there's no influencing personality as you were able to be calmed. Then after 2 hours, the tranquilizer wears off. It was like a quick binding tranquilizer.
Is one of them popping up, or am I still actually just flat?
You're just flat.
Oh god, this is gonna be a problem.
I said, when's the last time that happened for Salith, where there was no personality popping up?
That's probably been a long time.
Last time that happened was when your soul sparks split into their 10.
Oh, so it
Yeah.
hasn't happened since the incident.
Yeah.
Nope.
Like, it sedated all the sparks enough that this is just Zalith in a very... Like, what you see is what you get. There is no spark behind the eyes.
Yeah. So, there's the next question. How easy can we get these drugs? Because I feel like that is a feeling that is kind of addictive.
It can be, and you'd have to take that up with the Silver Ravens after the heist. I will say, however, for the rest of the day and into the night and while you sleep, you will be blissful, because there is no, like, spark going around everywhere. At least until your trance is over.
Yeah. Great. So that's 4 hours of bliss. Oh. Yeah, no, that was my question. What happens with that? Is one of the sparks coming back up, and how addictive is it? And apparently, from what I'm hearing, very.
For someone like Zilith, it can be extremely addictive. But
yeah.
The one that injected you, which I believe was Alto Mutt, because he's the house owner, has basically said, if you want it, you're going to need to barter for it. And if you want to barter for it, that means you got to do favors for our crew. And if you want to do favors for our crew, you get 1 dose. And 1 dose lasts for an hour.
That's too much.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jesus.
Tranquilizing sedatives are very expensive because they're medical. So.
Yeah. No.
So,
After 5 panic attacks, they'll get a different opinion.
No, they won't. So, if there's anything else that anyone wishes to do before retiring for the night...
Can I request a re-roll?
No.
Good luck, y'all.
but that'll be for the morning.
Yeah. No,
go-
for the evening, if at that point in time I'm actually calm and not having anything fighting for certain actions, that means that I can actually get back to some studies that I have been neglecting for a while.
Yes, you may. But we'll get to that in a moment. Amber Lee, is there anything you wish to do before the night is out?
I think the first question is, how big is her quarters?
I mean, you are in a cargo container that's a good 15 feet by 10 feet. Everyone's the exact same size and width.
That's not long enough then,
Sadly not.
because I believe the chain whip sword is 20-foot range.
It is. It kept at the maximum of 20 feet.
But I connect up to it and I can actually govern the length it goes out to.
It doesn't go it's up to a maximum of 20 feet, but it only goes into increments of 5. So if you want to test it at 10 feet, 15 feet, you can do that quite comfortably in the enclosure.
How big is the?
She'll try it at 10 and 15 feet, and she'll see if she can sort of flick it forward and grab hold of things.
I was gonna say because this Silver Ravens thing is multiple hat blocks combined, right? Would that be big enough space? No?
They are they have open sections for people to crawl through into the next cargo.
Okay.
So it's not like they are fused together into one giant block. That's very rare, and hence why in the sub levels with the ciphers and the hosts they've managed to do it because they've taken the real time to do it. But doing it in a sector that's heavily monitored by Omnitrade Galactic and the Vanguard security teams, that's going to raise a lot of questions.
Fair.
So they've only managed to get away with it because they've been very subtle with it. It can grab things if you're dexterous enough with the whip, because it's a blade. So you have to so it can be done, but it'd be rolling with disadvantage every time you have to announce that you're going to try and grab something with the chainsword. And then when you do that, it's then, okay, roll a grapple check with disadvantage. So it can be done, just not easily. Because this thing is designed to cut and to carve through something at high velocity. So...
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see.
If you want, you can turn off the Ghost Weave shunt to inform your mentor that you're fine. Because you've had a block for a solid, 12 hours.
Yeah. Probably will report in and...
Yep. So as soon as you turn it off... You take 3 points of psychic damage as a giant overload of psionic backlash of messages come rapidly, very quickly to your head. So, because it's not just them, it was also the virtuous spirit that was panicking, thinking you had died.
Yeah.
However, you very quickly calm the spirit, inform your mentor that you're okay. You don't get a reply from them, you get a reply from a Reaper Sanction team that was on their way.
Oops.
Okay.
And they're already in transit, so you can take it up with them when they arrive. Now, if you want, you can roll a history check with advantage to try and understand what the Reaper teams do.
Like the name gives somewhat of the context.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, they do a lot of things, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just what they suggest they do in the name. That's complete hypocrisy.
Reapers
you
do
know?
more than reap.
Yeah. The guides, okay.
18.
They're a cleanup crew.
Different from the Lazarus group?
They're less subtle.
Oh.
Oh, great.
Now, from your understanding of a Reaper sanction, they dispose of bodies, dissolve the bodies, and then simultaneously annihilate everyone the Inquisitor has been in contact with, to leave no trace of them being around. They also then go through all the databanks and wipe that they were ever there. Dead stamps wiped. They go above and beyond to make sure that no one remembers that you existed. However, if a agent, reveals being in contact and explains the situation, they then do have to talk to the Reaper commander and talk to them and come to an understanding on it was a false alarm, and then they will try and help you complete the mission. At least for 3 days-ish. It's not great that they're coming. However, you are fully aware that the jump gate, this final tether, fluctuates heavily. So they could be here in an hour, or they could be here in 2 weeks. It really does depend. But you are fully aware that they are very highly trained killing machines, if someone gets in their way.
So basically you're saying if they believe me, they help us, and if they don't believe me, they kill all of us.
If they don't believe you, and I quote, liquidate the contaminated sector, retrieve the contaminated assets, and return the environment to absolute deaf-blind silence.
I hope you roll good.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They constantly move around with a silent aura around them, so by the time you realize that they are there, it's because they're right in front of you. And they make what you have on the back of your neck like a child's toy, because of the technology they work with. And you have seen and witnessed the recordings of a Reaper sanction go on. Mineshaft 9 would not survive one squad going through it, because they will go from building to building to building to building to building to building and empty out the entire hab. So much so that it's more than likely that by the time Omnitrade Collective realizes an entire mineshaft closes down, it would be summed up to the other two that are starting to have problems, or have been having problems, and just close it down, because they'll make it look like that. But you do get another message from your mentor of, like, next time, let me know when you are having an illusionary button embedded in your spine.
Will do.
Good. Because now I have to make new scramble codes so I can still reach you while you have that on. Your Reaper contact is Amir Dukar. And for once, you have someone that's more Zilla than you are coming. Do not make me send another sanction again.
No, sir.
Good, and the light cuts. So how's Emily feeling in this exact moment after that literal reprimand?
Fairly neutral.
Okay.
She firmly believes that she did stuff that was required to continue on with the mission, and that if she explains it in exactly that way, then she will be fine, because she has been acting under the guidance of her training as a inquisitor.
Okay. Good to know. And noted. So, Freddie, what is it? What is it that you wish to do in this time, as everyone's retreated back to their hab cells?
I try the little phone to see if it connects to anything. It is also a weapon.
Right, the device you got.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and just roll me a d20. Just flat, don't add anything, just straight d20. 10. You turn it on. You kind of like, okay, what does this thing do? And you press it, and you see a 3D map appear that just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it encapsulates, and it has above it 09. And you kind of go, huh, and you move it around, and you realize you have an entire 3D map of Sector 9. Above and below. To a point. It doesn't have, like, the sub-level that the black market is on, obviously. But it's a very thorough map.
Okay.
That's what you get with a 10.
Can I tell if it's connected to any of the systems, or if it's a secure channel?
It appears to be a secure channel in the way that it seems to be bouncing off multiple signal pointers. So it's almost like the phone's coordinates are not staying in the exact same place, and it's moving so fast that if anything does pick it up, it immediately registers it as like a little blip in the branch of code.
Freddie takes a deep breath,
Mm-hmm.
sits in her cubicle, brings out everything in her back, like takes all her stuff out,
Mm-hmm.
and tries dialing in a number for the order. Because this is the first time she's had a secure channel in probably about 10 years. And she found out information she's sure they want.
And if you remind me, who exactly are you trying to call within the order?
Anyone, because she doesn't always contact them. She's usually just told what to do.
So, being in the White Doves, because I keep getting the name wrong, you're sitting either in your White Dove cubicle, calling the Silver Raven Order.
Yeah, it's... First thing I thought when I got that phone is... It's been a long time.
It has been a very, very long time since you've spoken to anyone in that order.
Yeah, and she probably needs to tell them she's alive.
Possibly? Maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The phone
And she shouldn't
connects.
exist, and they shouldn't exist. So yeah.
You see it goes amber, 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 and you're like, for fuck's sake, is it not that secure? And you see green. Closes in as it goes black, and then you see a silver raven hologram appear in front of you that dissipates and turns into a raven feather. Very theatric, and you remember this being how they operate. And then it spins, and what appears, you see another astral elf, male, a little bit wrinkled, like they have like crow's feet around the eyes. It shows their age. The eyes are solid black. They're definitely voidborn. They have their arms folded, like they just put something down, arms folding and leaning back. They don't say anything. They get up and move. And then another astro elf kind of goes, What the? Oh, you've got to be shitting me. Winifred?
I
You see that they're wearing military garb, uniformed. White, with a starry gleam eyes. Silver hair. Short. Light, kind of like peach, pinkish skin. Military uniform. Captain as the rank. You know them as Captain. You knew them as a lieutenant when you disappeared. Captain Brack. B-R-A-C. Brack. You're one of your trainers.
Oh dear.
And he just kind of sits down. The line gets a bit choppy for a moment, and you realize they're securing their end of the line. This is definitely a surprise for a dead woman. You calling from beyond the grave?
This planet is beyond the grave. And this is the first secure channel I've had since they dropped me here. I haven't even talked to Aiden in that time.
I don't know if I should tell your respected partner if you're alive.
I'm sure the pirates have told him.
Our red cousins. I assume they flayed you alive and added you to their ships.
I'm alive. Kinda.
Okay. You know how I feel about the kinda. You're either alive or you're dead speaking from beyond the grave. Which is it?
I'm alive, okay? I get I'm young, and I get I live with a whole bunch of other people that I get to swear and do whatever, and you guys aren't really fond of that behavior. I've been here for 10 years. It's been a long time since I've had to, like, you know, talk properly and everything. My guardians apparently are alive.
Yes.
The ones they couldn't find?
Mm-hmm.
They're alive. They're real. It's not a myth.
That is a revelation to me. I don't know if it's a revelation to our superiors.
I just look at it. This is the first secure line I've had. I just literally found out in the last little while. And I don't know how they're alive. I mean, I thought that was fiction, what was left to me, but apparently it's not fiction. I don't know, and look, I've never asked, and I'm never going to be told I know who's in my line, but if there's anyone else that needs them, they should know they're alive. Their guardians are alive.
You see Brock reaches over, like his hand disappears, comes back with a data pad and taps a few buttons. If there are any of your bloodline around, I shall deliver that information to them.
Cool. We're just stuck on the ass planet in the middle of nowhere, and we've got to go down and get some stuff. It's really shitty here. And like...
So, what do you want me to do about it?
It's just to let you know where I kind of am if somebody needs me. I'm like on the planet in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's at the end of the fucking known universe, I think. It's a mining world. It's crap.
Corvus 3.
Shit is what it is.
It is a standard mining world. One of 20 variant moons surrounding Corvus Prime, the gas giant, close enough to their equator to generate enough energy to allow the moons to sustain geosequent orbit and gather different minerals as they go, almost like a perpetual growing stock, which I didn't think was a thing, but now I do. So why is it that... Because it wasn't our order that sent you there, not like you wanted permission from any of us or wanted to get anything done by our say so, you just wanted to go off and do your own thing, but that's besides the point. And now you're trading with our other red cousins, and I'm assuming they're the ones that put you there.
Yeah.
Then what do you want us to do about it? If you're on a job, you're on a job. I can't exactly go in there all guns blazing with our order and our silver angels and get you out of there. That's not how we work.
I understand that, and I understand I'm stuck here until my job is done.
Do you understand that? Because you seem to be making the assumption that you think that you can just call us out of nowhere after 70 years of being missing and expect us to come in and help you. At least that's the vibe I'm getting from this.
Look I get I'm young, and I probably should have had a secure way to reach you guys, but
yes, you really should have. That's great. You know, it's fabulous right to know that even in your young age, quote unquote, because by the way, you are 2 years older than I am, that you only just now got a secure line.
Yeah. I know I'm up Schitt's Creek.
Or Schitt's Creek doesn't even cover it. Oh, sorry. Your terminology for fecal matter, Upper Creek, does not equate to this moment.
Okay. Well, look if everything goes well, we should get enough stuff, and hopefully the next mission is to get, gas for a plane in the middle of the sky, because this planet might be glassed soon, or like something. Yeah, needless to say, there's a lot of shit going on here. I also got my hand on this weapon, which is how I'm able to talk to you. I've also asked for some armor. You know what I'm talking about, the armor, right?
Yes, I'm aware of. Now, my question is: did you ask for Palantar or Seraphim? You are aware that there are two different types of armors.
I bring up the book and I point.
You asked for Seraphim power armor. Oh, by the order. Okay. Do you even remember what that armor is meant to do?
Nope. I can't read everything. It's really faded.
Hold, and you see that the phone lifts up and scans the book, and then lowers itself back down. What you're staring at, that tool, it's not a weapon, it's a tool, is a GX55 Mark 7. I guess you can call it a black box.
A black box?
That type of item you could only get when you do something that is highly illegal. You wouldn't be doing illegal things while on a secure line, would you?
I've never done anything illegal ever.
To put it in your situation, cut the bull crap.
Of course we're doing stuff illegal. What do you expect from me? I'm in a unit that's allowed to do illegal stuff. I'm the only unit that's allowed to do illegal stuff.
To give you an idea, and you see its hand expands, and you see the armor appears in a much more updated 3D variant, and it looks like power armor with a flight suit helmet, by the looks of things, that's airtight, which gives you the idea that you can go into the vacuum of space for an extended period of time. This particular armor, the Seraphim power armor, does this, and he taps it with like a holographic pen that you don't know where you got it from. Taps it, and you watch as the backpack of it opens up into giant booster pack wings. There's a reason why we call it the Seraphim armor. It also, and he taps two buttons, and he watches it generates a little glowing yellow bow that can be pulled back and generate radiant arrows. If you're asking for this, and this requires you to have some serious pull, or you did something insanely stupid.
Always a little of both, isn't it, with me?
So long as you're not speaking to the ciphers and their hosts, I think we'll be fine. Winifred, you are not trading favors with the ciphers and their hosts, are you not?
I just asked if there was one available from them.
I shall let
This
my
is how I got
superior...
the secure line.
I shall let my superiors know to prepare for any potential thefts that might happen on our fleet.
Also, this area is space. They're really going after the blood.
The blood.
Well, I mean, they always are going after them. They're pirates.
They are our cousins. We shall keep them informed as they informed us. Speaking of...
Yep.
You just keep yourself safe. If I find any relatives regarding your guardians, I'll let them know, and I'll let you know, now that the secure line has been accomplished. Additionally, on top of that, if there's anything else...
I gave my contact on the other side the name of where I found the information.
Mhm.
Have you guys seen anything recently that's come out about them taking somebody out of like a secure unit and like a station and military personnel and then taking them to a planet?
There have been many extraction procedures that have occurred through military means.
Have you seen a movie that's being played currently?
If you're referring to one that is black box recording with a lot of heavy edits, yes, we have seen it.
I think I'm on the planet that they ended up on.
You see him pause for a moment, in a long, serious length of a pause. What?
Now you understand why I didn't mind talking to a host. I needed a secure channel. Hi.
Winifred Dusk Watcher. I'm going to say this as plainly as I possibly can. Whatever may or may not be buried in that world that you are on, do not go searching for it.
We're only looking for some stuff. Let's be honest, I don't want to find what that is either.
There are many things in the galaxy and other galaxies beyond that are far older and much more dangerous that people shouldn't go poking their noses in.
Yeah. Kind of like the gods were real at one point.
Of course they're
Anyway.
real. Did you not learn anything in the books that we gave you in the reading I told you to do?
I did my studies very well.
Did you at least listen to what exactly was being explained to you?
I was trying to figure out how to unlock the door that day, I think.
Yes, if you must know, the pantheon of the gods did exist, and still do exist to an extent. The closer you go into the core worlds, the closer you are to the divinity. Which is way above yours and mine pay grade.
Yeah, I don't need to know any of that shit, really.
No.
I just need to get myself back on a ship because I hate being landlocked.
Roll a persuasion check for me, Freddy.
Okay. Well, at least I'm somewhat good at perception. I rolled a 9, so 16.
Damn.
Wow. You see him thinking for a moment.
The math is expertise.
Do you have plus
Right.
7?
Yes.
Damn.
Expertise and high charisma.
Mhm.
Rogue. Pirate.
Damn.
Yeah. You see him thinking for a moment, going, I tell you what, you drop that request to get the armor. However you wish to do that is up to you. Once you're done with whatever it is that you're going to do down below, without going too far down,
Yeah, we've got to stop on the 9th level because there is no actual 10th level. I've been looking at this rabbit hole in all kinds of directions and ways, and the schematics and what Anyways, it's crazy.
Sounds it. You do all that. By the time you return back to the surface, however long that will be, there may potentially be a ghost ship waiting. Potentially.
I may have company.
You know full well that a ghost ship can house up to 18 people comfortably. It is one of our, how do you say, standard.
I'm working with a Warforge.
And that is a problem because
He seems pretty good at what he is at. Just making sure that you guys know who I'm bringing along. Doves, if they want out.
if
There's
they
two
want
other
to,
people that we're working with. One seems like a religious fanatic of some type, talking about like Inquisition and that type of things. I don't know. And one person keeps asking me for a vial of my blood or a little drop of it, which is not ever gonna happen.
you mentioned someone talking about an Inquisition.
Yeah.
Watch that one.
Yeah.
There are many inquisitorial factions, and I'm hoping it's not the one that I'm thinking of. But from there, again, is the potential that a ghost ship may arrive. Is it requiring anything else aboard it if it potentially and hypothetically was to appear?
There is mood swings from the one who keeps asking for blood.
Okay, so there'd be a containment field inside, noted.
The Warforge
As itself, thank you.
seems to be really inquisitive of some type of mythological stuff. They keep mentioning different things. We keep bartering with him by giving him information, and it works. It's really hard to say what he is or what's going on with that dude, but there's something.
Mm-hmm.
And then the doves, if the doves need to get on board, well, you already know.
Yes, I am aware of the white doves and their contributions.
That's pretty much it. I mean, I've been working with a guy, William, but he's kind of just in it for his sister, who's got, she's basically in an iron lung at the moment. She's not doing well. And she won't be coming on board.
Mm-hmm.
And he won't leave her.
Noted.
That's pretty much all it. You know I don't keep deep ties.
I am fully aware you don't keep deep ties. 70 years or nothing, and then you can immediately call and ask for things. I would say keep a hold of that black box. If we need to contact you, we will contact you.
Alright.
I'd highly recommend you contact whichever pirate king or queen is in your vicinity as well.
We'll make that call next.
Good. And he hangs up.
And I look at my handler, which I normally reach for one thing, and then I look at the thing and I go, black box.
So your handler, Beckham, just kind of goes, if you want to call her, that's up to you. I don't know if she's going to be in a good mood, though. You know she's called the Red Queen for a reason, right?
Yep.
All right, good luck. And he just climbs down. He leaves you to your fate in this call.
All right. Boy, it's been 70 years since I contacted the handlers in there. I start dialing.
So you press a few buttons, you put it down, wondering what it's going to do. Instead of glowing green, it glows red. And it's all like a hologram of blood pooling over the table. And then a scythe spins up and slams into the center of the phone, just dripping blood as a raven lands on it. And as the raven turns, it has a cybernetic head. And then as it flies off. And then appearing in that blood, and then appearing as a hologram, you see the Red Queen herself. Now bear in mind while I get an image of the Pirate Queen. Gonna put it into the side chat. You see a human in silk robes and like the silk robes and the overshawl on her, sword at her side. A bit of red here and there, but it's mainly blue that she's wearing today. Her eyes are in a deep blood crimson. Solid. Because you know full well that she's not human, at least not anymore. As she turns and smiles with very obvious vampiric fangs. Almost like a feral, hungry predator. You can all check and look at the image on the side chat.
I'm scared. I'm gonna develop a new crush, come on.
Her long brunette hair and goes, "Darling Freddy, this has been too long. 70 years, by my reckoning, and not even by your handler Beckham this time. This must be serious."
I was given direction from the order to contact you.
Were you now? And how is the Silver Ravens? How are the darling murder of crows dealing with themselves these days? And she goes from leaning forward to then leaning back and moving her boot so it's now in full view. So she's like proper, just like complete like spread eagle in her outfit.
Well, Your Majesty.
Oh,
There's
come now. Oh, come now, Freddy. You know my name. You call me Dahlia, obviously.
I mean...
And after all, we are still good friends. Are we not, darling?
That we are, and I still, if Aiden wasn't around... Well,
oh, please. You couldn't handle me even on one night. But I take it this is not a social call.
no. Although, it would be quite interesting to have a time at bar or a tavern or somewhere with you some point.
Maybe.
Just to see you at your peak performance.
If you want to see me at my peak performance, you want to see me flay someone and put them on my ship. My peak performance, dear sweet Freddy, is in a sea combat.
I'd still watch it just to see you at work.
Oh, I know, but if you want to see me at my naughtiest, then we go to a tavern. But that's just me.
Oh, I'd love to see how some of them say no to you.
Oh, please. They all want what they can't have, and when they finally have it, they really wish they shouldn't. But I digress. Why call direct? I'm not complaining, but I haven't heard anything from the White Doves in quite a while. So, unless your White Doves are under new management, I was hoping that your leader was be the one to make this call.
Let's be honest, nobody's putting me in charge of anything.
Fair. So I take it this is just to let me know that all of you are still alive, yes?
It's to let you know we're all still alive, to let you know that I am on a mining planet in the middle of fucking nowhere, to let you know that there's potential issues on this planet with a little bit of, I don't know, possible potential video, something being on this planet. I have to apparently talk to a host to get myself out of a fucking deal about something that I really want it, but they really don't want me to go through the host to get, possibly sending us a ship to get off of this hellhole. Yeah, there's a ship possibly coming through for me.
You know,
And
besides the Baron of Corvus, that really should be hearing this, and he'll get a nice phone call from me on his incompetence. How about you make a little pit stop if you're leaving that planet? I'm pretty sure you are aware that the Aegis fleet is still my home.
yes.
Wonderful. I'm sure that you could make at least a little stop on your way through the travels of the cosmos to make a little stop and say hi.
If I'm in the air again and at home, where I belong, you know there's nothing I wouldn't like to do other than get myself into trouble.
She smiles and the two fangs are just there set on her lower lip. Wonderful. Now, have you heard anything about these Justicars that I've been hearing so much about?
A little.
Well, any little information is still good.
Passed along what I know so far.
Well, that's weird because no information outside of the Corvus system has reached my desk yet. Oh dear.
I have a handler for a reason, and a handler's supposed to pass on information when we get it, right?
The handler passes everything over to the Baron, and the Baron is meant to send things to me, or at least some of the other pirate kings that belong in the Aegis fleet, but I'm the direct line to the southern sector of the galaxy. And I do have
explain that there's an area right now that they can't really be in, and this is one of those areas because they're being hunted down.
Freddy. And the predatory gleam comes in their eyes. I don't care about complications or obstacles. I expect information to be given to me at the quickest time imaginable. And if you're telling me that the Baron is running scared like a pussy, then I'm going to find another Baron that has the balls to deal with an obstacle.
There is definitely something going on outside of this planet. The little trinkles I've had because I've been stuck on this fucking world for 10 years is that it's not safe at the moment in these skies. And if the Baron's not told you that, I know very little compared to what I've been told.
Please understand, I'm not angry at you, darling. And she does this almost like involuntary thing under your chin, and you get like a weird, warm feeling from the hologram. I'm not blaming you. You've brought this to my attention, and I will deal with it. After all, like you said, what you know is what you know. Me, on the other hand, I know a lot more is happening. For instance, are you aware that Omnitrade Galactic and a few other companies are planning another proxy war?
Well, there's definitely some scuttle going on the planet about, they just closed down a mine shaft that we're about to go into. So,
Spooky.
be nice if it was the type of mine shaft you were talking about, though.
You see her tongue flick at her right fang as soon as you say that. The bloodshed that will spill on this alone. But as I stated, proxy war. The new Justicar hunters that are meant to hunt our kin for some reason or another. And then you have... Are you aware a laboratory blew up no more than 30 years ago?
I'm aware we just saw a nice little, movie.
Oh no, I'm not referring to that movie. I've seen it. It's a bit garish for me, to be perfectly honest. More military recruitment. I'm referring to a Usinali Corporation laboratory that exploded 30 years back. I found it quite interesting, to be honest. I had several informants inside that corporation that died in that explosion.
What did it do?
Oh, it was a research and development lab, from what I understood. And there's a lot of interesting things being developed that I wanted to see what qualifications it had. And then someone went and blew it up. Just keep your ear on the ground if you hear anything about that.
What do you know about people who are not your kin who like blood?
I know quite a bit, Now, darling, why would you be asking about that particular avenue?
I have, see, the little bit of a mining team I've been on, or crew, as I'm gonna now call them, because they're stuck with me and I'm stuck with them. Besides having a religious zealot of some type, and a warforge, we have this individual whose personality changes every day. We never know what we're gonna get, who keeps asking for blood. She wants everybody's blood to taste it or something. I don't know. I've not given her my blood because, well, we both know that's not possible. But why the fuck would she be asking for blood? Like, you're the only type of person I'd give blood to. Well, not really, but, you know, I don't get a choice if you ask for one of her blood. But that's beside the fact.
At that point, she leans forward and sort of does this. Now that is someone I would very much love to have a face-to-face conversation with. Now, obviously, a lady cannot reveal all her tricks in one go, as she plays with one of the buttons on her corset. But I would love to have at least some form of tea with that person.
The question I have for you then is, at some point, did you want a team meeting with all of them? Or just a private conversation with her?
Oh, if I had a private conversation, I don't know if one of us would be walking out of that room. We might be too tired afterwards. But when it comes to everyone else, maybe, if it's scheduled. That being said, maybe. I'll put it as a maybe. But if someone's interested in blood, it means they're looking for something they don't have or trying to reacquire something they're missing.
It does not have fangs, but she does not eat.
Well, now. But where's the fun? You know what? Leave it with me. I'll see what I can dig up.
If you need a conversation, I have a private channel now.
As you feel that weird warm feeling again, she just goes up your arm in that moment with her fingers. I'm sure I can think of something.
I'm sure you can.
Now then. Be a darling. And go sow some chaos, obviously.
With my pleasure, Your Majesty.
Thank you. Now, if you don't mind, and you see the hologram shifts to someone that's in a cage, half flayed, and looking absolutely petrified. I have a meal to deal with. But I'll give a little ring, as the hologram goes back to her. I'll give a little ring to that baron, and see if I can find someone that actually has a pair of stones on them that wants them to actually file reports.
Enjoy that. I know you will.
Oh, I always do. And she turns, and her face goes a little bit more bat-like in that moment as the communication ends.
The cutting your son. What? It's a very good cut.
I send one quick message with the secure channel, and it's just to Aiden. And it says, I don't know where they stuck you. I don't know if any of my messages have ever gotten through, but I'm alive. And as soon as I get off this hellhole, I'll contact you.
The lady doing okay there? Okay.
I am not okay. I am very much not okay. I was okay until she fucking told everything about me. No,
All right.
I'm not.
So, while you sleep tonight, you get a message from that secure channel of, I know you're still alive. And that's it.
That's actually very talkative for our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot.
Yeah. So, going down the list. Zalith. You said you had a few things that you wanted to do before sleep.
Yeah. Blissfully unaware of the other conversations that have been happening. God, I'm nervous. She's finally has she's got some peace of mind right now with her mind being basically shut down. So I think the first thing she wants to do is actually just take a moment to study again, to pick up her books that she's been so carefully keeping but not had a lot of time to read through or study from. Her books are about anatomy, which is one of her special interests every now and then. But as she's going through her books today, she's looking at one that combines her three main interests, and that is anatomy, blood magic, and Omen's importance, and how to get the three together.
So a type of crimson ritual.
Yes. With no little things screaming in her mind that it's wrong to look at this or to study this or to even want to attempt this. She will, at that point in time, she's got some quiet in her mind, grab that bowl that she has and carefully clean it out. And she's going to try one of the rituals that is in that book.
So that would be an Arcana check.
Okay. Let's see. Which one of you is not gonna fuck me? 18.
18.
And I will cut myself. I will not lie. I will cut myself for that if needed.
Okay.
This is gonna be great when I wake up in the morning.
Oh yeah, totally.
It'd be awesome.
Also, there was a great moment earlier. I can't remember what the lore drop was, but the music like boomed at the perfect timing of it.
Yeah.
It
I was
so
like,
good.
The music was a paid actor for that moment.
I don't know why, but the music always seems to play in my favor when it comes to actual information drops.
Yeah. That was like that half second of silence and then.
Yep.
Glorious. Yeah. So taking out the ceremonial dagger for it as well.
Yep. You go through the process, going over the ritual in the book, to go through Omen's importance. Now, do you have a question in your mind to go with a discernment of Omen's importance?
At this point in time, it is with the things that have happened over the past few days. Just that lingering little sense of curiosity that had the main thing over the last few days. She just wants to kind of see if she can get some form of a flavor for what we're getting ourselves into. Because we're going on a mission to get some stuff. That's all she really knows about this. So at that point in time, she just kind of wants to see, like, what am I getting myself into?
Okay. You blink for a moment and you're wondering, why isn't it working? I did everything correctly. What? Hang on. What? Okay, maybe I did something wrong. And you turn around and the bowl is filled with blood. Not yours. But it is. And you look down, there's no cut on your arm.
Well, now, I'm not gonna fully complain about that.
No, but as you look in the bowl, something is looking back at you.
I like that.
Very...
Not for long.
Very bestial looking.
Oh dear. Y'all thought curiosity was bad.
Well, it's very similar to Dahlia's bat-like face.
What? Excuse me, what? Don't.
It's tilting its head. It's tilting its head, just looking at you as you tilt your head in that kind of like muted expression that you do. Except it's copying that exact same muted expression. But I sent it to you privately on what you're staring at.
I don't like where you're saying that. I don't like it.
Ah! Oh God, that is just the face.
Just the face.
Well, I've gone fuck myself this time.
How about we take a look? As it grabs your head and pulls you into the bowl, and you feel your spiritual essence leave. And as you get an omen, you go down and down and down, almost like a shadowy creature leaping through different buildings and going between Vanguard legs. Every now and then you hear this like bubbled and warbled sound of voices going, "Ugh, did someone just walk through my grave?" As you travel, almost liquidy, but with motion and precision in its movement, and you go past the gate between Sector 6 and Sector 5. And you go through, and he goes, "So you want to know what it is that you're up against? Well, look," and you feel your head being turned and twisted to multiple different directions, to the point you feel like if you had a spine, it would break under the duress of stress, under the pressure. And you see things moving on the catwalks, fusing in and out of buildings that are half liquid, half flesh, and half metal. You see the low-hanging mist that's ankle-high. And floating above, looking down, are these glowing, lambent-like creatures that are just watching. And then you hear echoing, warbling, like someone shooting a firearm underwater. And your head turns and you see Vanguard and Lazarus cleaning crews cleaning out the areas. There seems to be a common occurrence that's happening over and over and over again. To the point that you see one of them with a flamethrower that you sort of instinctively move away from. And it's weird seeing flame that's also water looking. But you scurry past, going to the mine shaft, which has drones, Vanguard security, and automated turrets that seem to be rusted, or malfunctioning, or corrupted. You're not entirely sure. But you barge past them. I think we should go a little deeper. As
That's always worked out good for me, so...
I think it'll work out now, Zolith, if you really wanted to find out more. As you plunge into the mine shaft and you see miners fused with the walls, you see these floating, eldritch-looking beings just there twitching and floating, and you realize they were once the foremans of this place. And you go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then you hit a barrier at 15. Something. You put your hands on it, and you look at your hands, and they're these like bestial vampiric claws that are digging into.
The same hands as in the picture?
Yeah, just liquidy. Kind of like tilting your head
not sexy right now.
and looking through. And you try and force your way through, but then you see a bunch of hands pressing you back. And when I say hands, it's like a swarm of piranhas wrapping around your head and pushing you away from the bubble. I have a funny feeling that what you're seeking is there. But how to get to it, I wonder.
I'm not sure we are on the same page of what I'm looking
Then you should have been more specific in what it is that you were looking for.
for. Why in the world would I want to go there?
Because you're seeking something. Something important. I can feel it at the base of your spine. And your physical, corporeal body, you feel your spine move.
Huh.
But this is what awaits you down here. And what you're getting yourself into.
I am not getting into theirs.
As you literally scuttle like Exorcist style back up to level 9, you see a finger creak and point at an opening in the cave that has a lot of pox like crystals embedded their way out, like something caused them to rip their way out of the solid stone of the wall. And you see an airlock.
Does it sort of look like the airlock that I've seen in a movie a couple of nights ago?
You know, it looks exactly familiar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cool. Well.
And you also now take 5 hit point damage.
Okay.
We're running out of time. Is this all you wish to see?
Just thinking back on the film,
Mm-hmm.
in quotation marks,
Mm-hmm.
I know my sister was turned into basically a puddle of goo. There was nothing left.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be useless to even think about trying to find any information on her there. But I never really knew what happened to Mom.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you have the energy or the strength or the blood in your veins for that kind of journey.
Well, you know what? I'll take your word for it.
Wonderful, as you feel the wings kind of like curl around. Because I think we're done here now. As you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, cool.
How are you looking? Yep.
I had tempies. That is what's saving me right now.
Yep. And you feel yourself being shutted back to your actual corporeal body. And you look at your hand, your entire arm was split open. The next time you wish to call upon us, I recommend sacrificial on the external, not the internal.
Usually I would look for something, but hey.
If you want, we could pull someone towards here. But that'll be a discussion for another time.
Well, it might be a while before I get this burst of energy again.
I don't know. The future is very fluid. As you see, almost eerily, the wound seals up and you gain 3 hit points. However, you do feel someone on the cell above you.
Oops.
We were hungry. We figured we'd share. But
Thank you.
this parlor book that you have, as you see, the book itself opens onto various different Crimson Ritual-like spells.
Yeah.
Is a mere parlor trick.
Well, that's all I have.
It is one of 3. Yes, you do know. And it turns to one page and you realize it's a third of a ritual. If you find
There
the
was
other
parts
2,
missing.
it is an incomplete book without its siblings. And the other 2 are under lock and key.
Where?
You just hear that as the presence leaves.
Okay. I'm just looking at probably the blood that is on my hand right now. Is the bowl still filled with blood, or is it gone?
You see it just drain away as if someone's drinking it. To the point that it becomes pristine and clean, as if nothing was in there to begin with.
All that.
However, you do look up, and there is blood beginning to pool from whoever fell, and looks like it's about to start dripping.
Move the bowl under there.
Okay.
Carefully close the book. Put it in my god.
Mm-hmm. You're not wrong. It's very similar. But as you gather that blood, the blood stops in midair and forms a symbol you don't recognize. A three-eyed bat. Very primordial, very primal. The longer you look into our abyss, we will be watching you, Little Crimson. And we look forward to seeing how you progress with our little token.
I mean, she's currently not really feeling a lot about anything.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just very calmly watching this with, like, really remembering the symbol.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just grabs the bowl and just try and pick it up out of the air.
Okay, at that point the blood stops. And you see the blood kind of forms a smiley face in the bowl and then dissipates.
And then she, as she does, meticulously gets everything right.
Mm-hmm.
Leaving bloody handprints everywhere because she's not going to wash her hands right now. That's just effort that's not needed. It's going to be great in the morning when she wakes up with a bloody hand, but that's a different side effect. And she just puts the books and she packs them and puts them in her backpack to take them with her into the next phase. And then what she wants to also do, which is a little thing, is she's gonna write everything down that she's seen. And then she's gonna just, mostly the details that she saw in that area that we were actually going to, not the whole level 15 thing, she's gonna just conveniently not share.
Okay.
but she's just going like, hey, I gathered some information, and just a very clinical thing of what she saw. Just the bare bones information that she gleaned from that. And she's gonna just share that to the group chat, basically.
Okay, so all of you, while during the night, either you're
Middle of the
sleeping.
night.
Yeah, middle of the night.
Because the last thing I do before I go to trance, and I extend, because it's so great to not have a soul right now. I try to make sure that I just kind of like stretch that time until I absolutely have to trance, or I will not have enough time. So I will just go trance as late as possible. The last thing I will do is just the maintenance of my daggers, and part of what is special about her absolute basic dagger, not the ritual one that she uses for all of this, her absolute basic dagger is that she's got a little forget-me-not flower in the hilt of it.
Okay.
Or in the hilt is the handle, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So there is a forget-me-not in like gemstones. That's the only special thing about it, and it's always hidden from view. And she just kind of, she remembers. She doesn't necessarily feel, but she just, makes the note of it. She remembers, and she then puts it away on the side table next to her bed, where nobody will touch it anyway, and go to trance.
Okay.
She's not waiting for an answer out of the group chat, because probably most people that are going to be trancing would have been like, yeah, no, but I want some time in the morning, so they would probably already be trancing. And the people that actually need to sleep will be just sleeping, because they need more time. So she's just going like, and then, she just goes to trance, and let's skip the whole morning part, because that's gonna fucking suck.
No, but we'll get there. Now, Zeus, you technically have a roommate right now.
I do. A roommate
technically,
that I'm very curious about.
Yeah, the Justicar. In the coffin that barely fitted into your hab cell. But I'm going to take a while, because you didn't leave the door open when you got back in. You immediately shut the door, lock it, and double locked it.
And I tried to haphazardly throw a sheet over it to try and hide it.
So you very quickly take the sheet away once you've secured your hab cell. And you're staring at this coffin with, a cryo-frozen individual. You equally have also got all the information that you gathered during the time of your, transit, and other information that you've been given that you can sort of go in between of.
My out-of-body experience.
Yeah, there was that. There was that as well.
Sorry.
That I don't know if your brain is computing what happened during said time.
I think the main concern is that correlation. The thought is, I was found when I was having multiple revelations about things. So it's like there's a correlation there in Zeus's mind of, because I found out stuff, it found me. Ergo, probably shouldn't share all this info with the group, because I don't want it finding them.
Possibly not. Could be pretty bad.
Yeah. My main thing with the Justicar right now is trying to find some kind of interface or port from the coffin itself without having to open it.
There's at least two. One which is more devoted to the coffin itself, and one which seems to be in line to a neural interface.
Okay.
It depends if you want to look at the exterior of the coffin and get stats about it, or go more into the actual Justicar itself.
I want to take a look at the coffin first, just to see if it has any kind of tracking system built into it.
Okay, that'll be a tinkering check. So intelligence plus proficiency.
Can I give myself guidance?
Yes, you may.
Hell yeah. You know, it was a 17, and then it wobbled and ticked over to a 1.
I'll let you re-roll if it was an issue.
No, it was center of my rolling tray. It just decided to wobble over to 1.
Okay.
No, it's a fair nat 1 with a 1 on the guidance die, by the way.
Okay, so 2.
Yeah.
As far as you're aware, as far as you're aware, throughout the entire coffin itself, there is no tracking device.
I couldn't find one, so I'm going to assume there's not one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and interface directly with the Justicar, and specifically, I'm going to try and run a full diagnostic scan on it, using the Identify spell.
Okay. So, you already have the prototype number for it. I believe it was either 16 or 17.
17.
17, yeah. The first thing that comes through on the Identify, it is 17 out of 100. Justicar 15 is unknown. Justicar 16 is active. Justicar 17 is dormant. That's the first things you get. Dormant but aware. Aware in a weird way. It's not aware of you, it's not aware of its surroundings, but it's aware. And when you sort of like poke that with the identifier of like what is it aware of, you immediately take 8 points of psychic damage as you get an overload of information.
Yo, that is a lot of hit points.
I got a lot of hit points.
How is Zeus looking right now?
Still up. That hurt a lot, though.
Yep. So you immediately. The thing is, though, you kind of go, oh wait, shit. It's like an immediate like shock from the system itself.
I just basically tapped into its sensors and got all of its sensor information bombarded at once.
Yep. And as you kind of like, okay, focus, you get biosynthetic cybernetic symbiote woven from multi-layered carbon nanotubes functional. Hyperdense network of programmable liquid nanites functioning. Neural interface plugs still attached to host. You calculate 72 nanotubes embedded into the person inside this suit. Now, these are fine-tuned needles. Most of them are embedded in the spine and the skull. There's 2 that are going into the eyeballs of this poor individual. like in between where the tear sac and the eyeball is. Internal thermonuclear reactor working as normal. You just realized you're sitting next to a literal nuclear reactor.
Yep.
That's not including the coffin.
That was my fear.
You then get through that identify. It has a speed mode, an armor mode, a cloak mode, and an overload mode. It is designed to fight without sleep, without food, without drink, for approximately a week before the body actually gives out and there's a corpse inside while the suit continues to do its work. If it breaks a bone, the suit will right itself, i.e. the nanites will go into the body and fix it while the bone is still broken. However, you then get a scan of the host's brain. Highly unstable.
Is there magic on this individual?
A lot. You then get hyper-advanced military-grade computational matrix designed to hack complex security mainframes, hack bioorganics, cause brain overload in an organic through their debt stamps or other items. Can survive the vacuum of space up to 2 days. And can also survive impact through a planet's surface. You check how fast the reaction time is. Let's put it this way. By the time your body could register a sensory input, this thing would react in between that nanosecond. The visor is designed to see through infrared, ultralight, smoke, pitch black darkness, dim light, bright light, the surface of the sun. It's designed to be able to filter through all of it. Since you cast Identify, I can also give you this bit of tidbit. There is a nullify aura. It switches off magic.
Internal, external?
Both. And you probe the humanoid inside with that Identify. That's an enhanced Omega level Scion inside.
Yeah. She's currently in stasis, I'm assuming.
In stasis and highly unstable if it should wake up. And going through the body, like going through like where the arms are, there's an exhaust vent in the palm. That's meant to release a mana flare as like a flamethrower. It also appears to have the ability to copy someone, like mimic someone's movements, attack patterns, how they fight. down to the nth degree of movement. Is there anything else you wish to know about this walking WMD?
Does it have a built-in protocol coded into it?
A protocol for what exactly?
Essentially, a purpose upon waking up. Is it coded in, or is it transmitted, basically?
Yes and yes, but the transmitter seems to be damaged. Hence why they're still in cryostasis. If this one was to wake up, it would wake up with no purpose, no target, no direction.
Does it indicate how the transmitter was damaged?
Unclear. Even through the identifier. By the looks of things, self-inflicted.
Does it look like nanite damage or physical blunt damage?
Humanoid damage. Like the Scion didn't want to have a transmitter embedded into his skull, so it decided to take matters into its own hands.
Respect.
Very much so. However, upon looking through the humanoid, a humanoid should have a body, not just organs floating in a synthetic liquid. There's like an arm and part of a skull left. You then get an option to vacate internal parameters.
Is there an info drop down on that routine?
Purging the humanoid inside and opening up the suit.
Can I tell if if the suit was designed to function based on just the Scion inside, or is it built to function without them?
Both. It also seems that the person inside wasn't a Scion until they got in.
Oh.
Hence the needle injections. You gather they were forcibly synced up to the magic before being put under.
So what's left is that just what hasn't deteriorated while they've been in this suit?
That is what's left of someone who was going through a mana flare within the suit.
For the sake of the individual inside, I am going to run the purge routine.
Okay. So in that moment...
Yeah, I want to try and keep the suit closed, but I do want to vacate it.
That is not how that works, sadly.
Yeah,
so you watch as the suit... The nanites open themselves up, and you get a good look of what's left. You know that scene from RoboCop when the entire RoboCop gets removed? Yeah. And you just see, like, what's left of the human inside? That's basically what you're looking at. And you just see mutated and malformed organs. Like, you see the heart. If you think it's a heart, you see a lung. You see partly a lung and partly a tree. The intestines, if you could call them that, are literally writhing and moving like they're filled with maggots. The arm, if you could call it that, looks like it was popping and growing tendrils. And the head, if you could call it that, was only being kept in place because of the helmet. And then you watch as it almost becomes translucent in that moment. As you watch as the needles inject so much pure magic into it that you watch as the thing gets reduced to absolute bubbling sludge and then leaves the suit into a vacation pod underneath. And then you look down and almost gag. Zeus, you don't feel like you could physically gag in this moment until a literal, like, colostomy bag like thing gets popped out, almost like sounding like a microwave being done from under the coffin. That's filled with the excess. And then you watch as the suit fundamentally just cleans itself, and now it's pristine and clean, like it's brand new.
God.
And then because you're still attached to the neural pathways, you watch it go through a diagnostic of going speed modifier, enhanced, strength modifier, enhanced, cloak modifier, enhanced, overload, overridden. Magical injections recommended, denied. Magical injections recommended again, denied. Magical injections overruled. Proceeding. And then it keeps going down to its actual logs, and you get a few video from the visor. And you watch as this just a car in a span, and you see it's like sped up, and you see it goes through 1 hour, 2 hour, to up to like 12, 17 hours-ish of them going through a coalition ship like it's made of nothing. Gun bullets have bounced off the armor, the cloak gets activated, and you watch as they literally just go through the ship like it's a toy. To the point that they actually break open a door frame, like a little piece of a door, and use it as a shield and then throw it at someone. Before going back onto their coffin and hearing internal screaming behind the visor. As you see a white flash of the flare going off. So you get a intimate interaction as well as the psychic projection of the pain of what this person went through as a mana flare went off inside the suit. It's not every day you feel your internal system and processes melt. Or at least the echo of that.
Alright. I think I'm gonna...
You gonna disconnect now?
Well, I think I'm gonna settle in for rest mode.
Okay.
And run a subroutine of just... essentially... I'm trying to think how to phrase this. Going through the code and adjusting parameters to make it A, non-hostile, unless specifically coded back. B, essentially giving myself administrative privileges to further just edit code on it. Using using what I might know about the code itself.
Okay. That would be another tinkering check.
Can I use my experience with the system to?
I was going to go through that if you were going to roll it. So that'd be advantage, and you can also use guidance on this. And I will say you get an added D6 as well,
So D6 advantage and guidance.
if you wish to use guidance.
Yeah.
Let's see if your dice are kind.
And then it's plus intelligence modifier plus proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
23.
23.
That was with an 11, a 6, a 1, and then bonuses.
Mm-hmm. You follow the line of code for this. And you find it's an exact copy of your original code. What I mean by that, I mean from your computer. In your lab. Long ago.
Doesn't surprise me.
And nope. And you follow it, and it breaks into 3. And you then follow each 3. Then it breaks into 12. And you follow it as it goes like a horizontal pyramid. Until you find the root of it. And you change one of the numbers, just ever so slightly. That gives you complete control over the entire system. It'll take you the entire time of your stasis, but...
Yeah, essentially, I'm setting up the routine to do this. Once I've given myself administrators, I'm setting up the routine to do edits while I'm in rest mode.
Because you rolled so well, you rolled above 20. There's another line of code. A dormant code, should you wish to activate it. And it's called Adaptation and Evolution.
I'm assuming that's not my original code.
No.
Did the person who coded this, were they kind enough to put a comment section on it? Or put comments on it to explain it?
No, actually.
Fucking lazy.
No, not to the comment, but it's not from the person that made it.
Oh.
Because no one else made it. You look at the string of code, and it's dormant, but it shifts between letters, numbers, and symbols. And as you sort of like open it up, just to kind of gauge it, it's in a binary code you don't recognize, because it's not binary, but it looks binary. And as you look around, there is a admin folder that you can click on to see what it is. For those that came before, for those that came after, my children will carry this gene code inside their systems. For I am Prime, I am the Alpha, I am the Omega, and I will not be forgotten.
Do I have that?
That's in the folder.
I know. Do I have that file? Or that
No,
line in my system?
You could check.
I think upon
you know
reading
what you're
that, I
looking
would pause and check my own system of like, do I have that line of code?
But it depends. You go to Zeus's original folder.
Yeah.
It's since you know what to look for, it's there. And you look at it, and it has that line, but underneath it goes, "For I am he who gives life to machine." You had that line, and then you add it, and you realize it's a passage. It's like a psalm of some kind of doctrine or instruction.
It said prime. Have I heard of a prime?
Well, player you, yes.
Yes.
Character you, no.
Yes.
I mean, from the names that you give stuff, I mean, it sounds very ostentatious to call oneself Prime. I mean, Primus would make sense, but Prime is a bit garish to you? Because for you, that means they are the one. The above all.
Like they are the final perfected product of something.
Yeah, that hasn't been invented.
Yeah.
Or the original prototype. It has that connotation, like it could be one of the both.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense. Because if something's the beginning, but then also like the perfected end of a product, then it can't be both. Somehow this thing is claiming to be both.
And the fact that it's spreading its passage through multiple automatons.
Seems to be.
I'm gonna bookmark that folder for now, both on myself and on the Justicar.
Okay.
Of like, yeah, I'm not gonna run a code that I don't know what it does.
No, that's probably smart, to be honest.
Yeah, that's rule number one. You don't just do things unless you have a proper environment for it.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
That freaking robot keeps haunting us.
Yeah.
He began, and yet always was, and yet never was, and still persists.
And forever will be.
Yeah.
And forever will be. The God of Order. Of course he's gonna show. Of course he's gonna fucking show up when it comes to automatons. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Stories from my youth.
Stories from two of your youths.
I think that's probably going to be it before I have to go into rest mode.
Okay.
I think that's a lot of coding and network exploring within Justicar and within myself. Oh, is the Justicar named in the system?
No. It has a number. That's about it.
Since I've given myself admin privileges, I'm going to change the root name of it to Hades.
Alright.
And I think I'm going to rest while connected to Hades.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So you go into stasis mode. And as you are in stasis, you start hearing whispers. Things clawing at your attention. We want to thank you for providing us an invitation. And giving us a gift back when we didn't ask for one. And for that, we wish to give you a gift if we can find you.
Am I able to answer back, or is this just kind of in my ear?
If you choose to.
Who am I speaking with?
Oh, puppet on strings. That which hides in metal flesh. You saw us when you went snooping to where you don't belong.
I saw two
That-
things.
Well, the little tether you left at our door, we couldn't help but follow it to someone that went a little lost.
You were the one who pulled me out.
We figured it was only kind to do so.
I do appreciate it.
Of course. However, we only mean to say thanks. And should you ever be looking at our door again, we'll gladly give you another gift.
I do have a request. If you happen to get a hold of the one that was lost, can you keep them in one piece for me? I want to figure out what's going on with them.
You seek an audience.
I seek an understanding.
Don't all of you flesh ones seek understanding and answers? We will do this, but in ways that you may not understand yet. And in that moment, your entire hab cell goes cold, dropping 20 degrees, as if instantaneously. And even in your semi-state, because in stasis you are semi-conscious, and so you kind of gauge around you that the entire room has been filled with snow. Just snow. But the coffin has not ruptured any cryo chamber, so that can't be it.
Is it falling from somewhere, or is snow just suddenly coating things?
Snow is just coating things. And the voice continues. We will do this. After all, our gift has slowly begun to touch the minds of your people. After all, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't know that this world exists, as well as the others. So we thank you for this. And we thank you for everything else that you've provided, Rhea. And then the voice disappears. And you all wake up the next morning. One of you freaks the fuck out that blood is everywhere.
Yeah. 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 God damn. Oh, this is great. I'm also being stared at right now from two places here. So
one of
I
you
can ignore them.
comes out of stasis with the subroutine of admin control completed. Two of you wake up very rested. Regaining long rest is given, so regaining hit spell slots, hit points, you name
I
it.
have one question,
Yes.
because I didn't realise it until later. You said I took 20 points of psychic damage,
You do.
and which was half down to resistance, was down to 10. So I would have been on 0 hit points.
And yet somehow you were kept alive.
Yeah.
Almost like a virtual spirit was freaking out and panicking and trying to keep your blood pumping and your heart pumping.
Yeah.
So, you know.
As a quick clarification for me as I wake up, do I have wounds of my own?
No.
Also no scar that it had been my own blood. No, okay, great. Do I still see blood coming from the ceiling?
Nope.
No, not a stain?
Mm-mm.
Is there blood in the bowl?
There's a dried out rim at the bottom.
I still remember.
Like it was a distant memory.
Oh no.
But you did do the thing of sending, information off to people.
Yeah. So I just,
But-
I do see that in group chat. And go,
Yeah.
It wasn't a dream.
But in your empathetic faculties right now,
Yep.
being the soft-hearted empathy incarnate, good luck.
This is gonna go great.
You are all hear an alarm of porridge sludge being provided in one of the generated bowls. For some of you, the others, it's like a nice titcher of oil in a warmed up can.
Ugh. For me, it's no thank you.
But you don't like the oil?
It's
I don't want oil or porridge. I will just not eat, thank you.
yeah, it's the standard. Like every now and then you're like, oh for fuck's sake, and having to grab the bowl and like put it outside and for someone to go grab it, basically.
Yeah, it's just like it's probably like a cheap plastic or tin bowl.
Yeah.
So it's also not useful for any other practices.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say it like that, because that is something. I will try to clean my bowl and wash myself because blood everywhere, and I just probably see like red streaks running through my hair, way more than there would have been. So yeah, I'm gonna panic wash
Okay.
blood off of me.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I'm clean again, and I'm still looking up at that spot on the ceiling, trying like there. I could have sworn. Can I go to the unit that was above me?
Yeah.
Can I get in there?
Well, I mean, the door's open, and there's 2 Lazarus cleaners inside.
Oh, that's not good.
You see a body on the floor. That seems to be like a withered husk. Like they look like a prune.
Yeah.
Just very, very pale.
Yeah, like all the blood got drained out of him.
Yeah, weird. You see an elderly lady inconsolably crying while a Vanguard security is trying to take a statement, and there's a girl sitting next to her that has a black vein up against her throat, and you see several grandchildren along with a son, and you look at the old man and he's got a slight black growing veins across his neck, as well as the dead guy, and he seems to have a few bruises of where he took a pummeling from a Vanguard security no more than a few days ago.
Oh. This poor guy.
Um,
But I see
and
somebody
you-
else. That black thing. That one's alive.
You see a few children, 2 girls, 3 boys, and you see a slight build-up of ration packs in a container.
Well, fair enough.
And it suddenly occurs to you that this is the old man that Zeus and Freddy pulled away from the Vanguard that were getting kicked the shit out of. That was bringing extra food rations to his family.
Oh no.
Way to go, Zaleth.
Didn't kill him.
At which point the 2 Lazarus individuals turn and look at you. The Vanguard security goes, sorry, this is a crime scene, I think.
Yes, I just live right below this unit, and I heard some weird noises.
Alright. There'll be a statement, and if you want to ask the victims afterwards, that's completely fine. So let me get this right. A giant and emaciated humanoid appeared out of nowhere and bit your husband's neck. Is that what I'm understanding? And this old lady is crying and and like inconsolable, and the daughter's like, yes, that's what she's told you. It's like, you do understand it. Have you been on any kush or fairy dust in the recent like 24 hours that would cause you to hallucinate? Or it's going through like standard questions like, I don't believe this and I don't get paid enough to care. And he takes a statement, walks out, shoulder checks you, because Vanguard security just do that regardless. The Lazarus people pick up this person, zip him up. One of them.
Do it now.
Oh yeah, you know what's going to happen to his body. Shoulder, put him on a duff bag over his shoulder. Don't say anything, just walk out with the eerie movement that they do. Don't ask questions you don't want answers to. Little bloodling. You just hear it on the back of your head.
And no, this is. Can I just mentally answer and not out loud?
Mm-hmm.
And just go like, why would you kill someone? This poor guy had nothing to do with this.
He was closest.
There are so many others that are also close. Why not? Why not one of them?
You don't get an answer. You just get this very strange ambivalence to just not caring.
I never have to deal with you again. It's just a thought.
Mm-hmm. And again, you get that same feeling of, I don't care.
Yeah. Would I... As somebody who has grown up with probably a lot of stories, would I know what this guy is?
Not a clue.
Damn.
With the stories that you listen to, something strikes your mind as... Something strikes your mind as like the whole like archaic term of a demon, but you're like, they don't exist. They haven't existed for eons. Another term is vampiric, but again, that's all myth. And it's all like it's all extremely far-fetched for anything else.
Yeah. I'm just couldn't be, but I know I probably said I was gonna meet up with one of the others, with the others, like at a certain spot. I'm gonna be late. I'm gonna see if I can make sure that this old lady and these kids have, like, something to eat, something to drink, put the kettle on.
Okay, so the soft-hearted girl is very much in swing. All right, so as you guys beat up and William shows up, there's about an hour and a half before Zaelith comes sprinting towards everyone else in the court. No, just casually walking.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean,
You don't feel bad about being late?
Hold on. She's probably seeing a lot of people on her way that are also not doing great.
Okay, so it goes from an hour and a half to literally 5 hours.
She's trying to help as many people on her way as she can.
So you see Williams there, just arms folded, pacing back and forth, looking at Freddy like, I thought you said everyone was professional. What?
Okay, she's different. I told you that. One day she's like, doesn't want to talk to anybody and brooding. The next day she's like, hey, you look like you need help. And then the next day she's like screaming at us for something.
Yeah, and then out of nowhere, you just hear down the hallway, hey, you look like you need help. You gotta be shitting me.
Nah, it wouldn't be, you look like you need help. This is like, oh dear, you're not looking so good. Can I help you with anything?
I feel like after an hour, we would have been like, hey, is she still alive? Like, we should go find her and make sure she's good.
That's why I said 5 hours. Because it'd be like after an hour you can find her, return back to the spot, message, calling.
I might have taken the long way around.
Yeah, until eventually Zaelith comes into view.
So, William, the positive part when she's like this is she actually really truly wants to help you today. The other day she was just doing it. But today she might want to actually help you and your sister. Because your sister really needs help.
Okay. Then he turns around. Hi.
Are you okay? You look a little stressed. Do you need like a massage or maybe something that will take the edge off the stress?
No. I'm good. You are still good at helping my sister, right?
Well, of course.
He just turns to the rest of the group. What the fuck is happening?
I told you, this is good. She wants to help you today.
Also, in this state, she doesn't hurt things. So if things need killing, you're gonna have a problem.
It's fine.
To be fair, Williams made it very clear he's not hoping to get into any type of physical altercations with anyone.
Mm-hmm. Just saying that at this point in time, she wouldn't even step on a cockroach, basically.
That's fair. Okay, so ghost shunts should be activated. We have all our equipment. I take it we can either go the long way and try to make our way through the tunnel systems towards Sector 5 or take the train. But that only gets to Sector 6 or 4.
Well, that would be okay, wouldn't it?
I immediately tap on my little thing to see the system and to see if the train looks safe.
I mean, it looks as safe as everywhere else on the planet. So it's kind of a 50-50. Depends on the day, depends on the time of day, depends on like who's in a foul mood on that day.
I look to see the percentage of people in the two different places based on one of our party's moods that day.
In that particular situation, the safer option would be to take the train to Sector 4 and then walk the rest of the way.
I look over at her again. The train's probably better. Yeah. The train's probably much better today for her.
At least if she's stopping to help someone, we're still moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
But how about, William, today, you sit beside her and tell her all about your sister and why, and like memories from your childhood with her. I think that might be great.
Okay.
Just yeah, just yeah.
At this time, while this discussion is going on, somebody probably stubbed their toe, and she's like, "Oh wait, let me just help you. Like, stay on your feet. Be careful."
And William's just looking at everyone else like, "You're kidding me right now."
I'm gonna pull out.
Told
I
y'all
look at
good luck.
I'm gonna do a little
look at-
Tinker's Magic and make just a little basic ass puzzle. Hey Zayla, can you help me figure this out? I specifically did not design a solution to the puzzle.
Okay. it's like one of those like never-ending like jigsaw like puzzles. That the minute you think you figured it out, it changes.
Yeah.
I look over at Zeus. I'm like, hey, do you want to take the lead? I'll come up from behind. You good with it?
Sure.
Also, William has a duffel bag with the pulse rifles inside them. But the duffel bag is encrypted, so if someone wants to look into it, it's going to take too long. So it's one of those, like, the Vanguard security, like, okay, fine, just go through. Kind of deal. Just in case anyone wants to use a firearm.
I am carrying the briefcase, even though I've divvied up everything out of the briefcase.
Mm-hmm.
For one, that I can hit people.
And two, it is technically counting as a bag of holding. So you could, anything that's inside that's of value in the mine shaft or whatever it is you're getting could potentially go in there and be secure and unable to be detected.
Yeah, and also so at the, like, if they ask to see anything at the immediate, I can show it's empty.
You've got
I
the
immediately,
shiny
like,
box.
open up my stuff, go, we're good, we don't have anything, we're not, like, it's empty, it's just literally a
It's a red
case
herring.
in case, yeah. So
Yeah.
it looks like we can go through security lines.
Well, if someone opens the case, you actually got these fake documents of travel transit, of like being able to travel between different sectors. And if someone opens their case, it's filled with those documents as like a front, basically.
Yeah.
But if they lift them up, obviously they're going to see like the grey fabric that allows them to reach in and grab something. But beyond that,
Yeah.
it looks completely like a legal case, basically.
I'm gonna stay at the back though of the line just to make sure they're all moving.
Okay.
Also so I can keep an eye on anything unusual happening, that somebody's like spotted us and can tell what we're up to. She's just she's now gone into like actual work mode and not just Freddy not giving a shit about what's going on around her.
Alrighty. So, as all of you make your way through Sector 5, like through the hab cells, through like the mining quarter to get to the transit zone, that puzzle's really, like, it's tough. But obviously someone's asked you to help.
Yeah, and I can see why it's frustrating.
And there's points where I like
completely.
lean over and go, see, I tried that, but like maybe if this switched over here, maybe that, but I couldn't figure it out.
I feel like you're missing a piece.
Couldn't be though. That's the whole thing. What would be missing? Can you help me figure out what might be missing?
There's a long line of different questions that Zeus has given Zalith in these like soul spark moments that has literally kept Zalith on task.
Yep.
So much.
I know. I've worked with people who get off task. I know how it is.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know, Zalith really wants to help, and so she's dedicated to try and figure this out, even though the puzzle has no end in sight and it's completely counterintuitive.
Essentially, I gave her a Chinese finger trap.
Pretty much, just in a puzzle form.
Yeah.
And somehow you think you get it, and then it immediately switches to a word search, and you're like,
It evolves to a new puzzle when she does solve it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you got to the second stage? Oh, I never even got to that stage.
Yeah, now I see why it's really frustrating.
Yeah.
I look at Zeus at one point and I'm like, hey, could you give us all one of those for the next time? So we have extra.
That's only gonna last a day.
I know, but we're gonna need extra for the other times that happens.
No, I'm saying.
Next time she's into Spark,
Yeah.
that solution doesn't work anymore.
Nope.
Yeah.
She will have figured it out during the long rest, basically.
Once she's out
Yeah,
of
there's
curiosity, once she's out of empathy
You
mode,
bitch!
she'll figure it out.
Yeah, so the moment this spark wears out, Zeus gets a message. You son of a...
It's like, why? You know exactly why. Okay, fair, but still, bastard!
That's my knowledge. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
she's out of that mode. All right.
Hey, pray that she's not in the looking for someone to hurt.
Yeah.
Because I
That's
feel
not
like
the
you get a
second
knock on your... No.
Yeah, there's one that if that follows this one, that'll get angry.
Yep. But you all get on the transit, and the train looks like a bullet train from Japan. Like, it has that look, which is like, it's our place in such a rusted, like, mining area. It looks like a very clean, sleek looking train. And you get on, and then it becomes very evident why. You get on, and the inside just looks like a sterile machine that's covered in graffiti, and like there's a few like very would-be gangs from other sectors just here, just making a mockery of everything. And Freddy, in your perceptions, and your passive perception being what it is, and your passive perception being quite high, nothing catches your eye in the way of someone like wondering what you're doing or why you're leaving your sector or anything like that. Not anything from the Cypher or hosts either. But what you do pick up on is the slight trace of residue on certain walls that resembles the kind of condensation of someone performing rituals that they shouldn't be doing.
Can I
Oops.
try and track this residue? Can I try and track this residue?
Sure. As soon as it's pointed out to you.
Okay, yeah.
If Freddy points out like, oh, that's weird, you can sort of like you're.
Would I know who would have a skill with magic out of the three of them
Nope.
to figure that out?
You would be aware that Amberly would be observant enough to kind of figure out what that is.
I will kind of give you a head nod over and nod at it.
And for that, you're
And-
going to need to roll a religion check, Amberly.
Oh, joy.
Freddy, what is it that you were about to say to Amberly in that moment?
Pardon me?
What were you about to say to Amberly to get her attention to look at the residue?
I'm like, hey, can you just basically, can you figure that out? And I nod with just like a head. Like that way.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's not like a lot of words. Realize though that none of them know thieves can't either, so.
I think you have a split second of doing that and immediately going, just over there. kind of deal.
That's a total of 15.
15. It's not blood magic. It's not divine. It's not arcane in the sense that it's like tradition that you are aware of, or esoteric or modern. The residue is of someone willingly giving themselves over to magic. and you've heard of them before. In ancient time, they'd be known as warlocks. Nowadays, they're known as hazards, or cultist leaders, zealots, anarchists.
Heretics.
Say again?
Heretics.
Yeah. Because you would class yourself as an oath keeper. They are what you would class as a pact maker. Because no one is stupid enough to willingly give themselves over to magic. That you're aware of.
Don't know what you're talking about.
No, totally not. Very heretical and very dangerous. So you are aware that when the Reaper Sanction team get here, and if they find that out, bye-bye entire megacity. So this is a very delicate game that you now need to play.
Easy.
Because
Easy time.
it is, because if you want to progress in your ranks, you could deal with it. Be cleaner. Less casualties. Because this is what you've been trained for. But the residue, as you're tracing it, and kind of going back through your walk, that took roughly about 3 hours. The residue didn't start until you left the mining zone and started heading towards the transit zone. Like, it hadn't reached past the train. But there's none on the train. So you gather, if you land in the right sector, you might pick up the trail for more residue.
Wasn't me.
No, for once it wasn't. Because you didn't willingly make it. You didn't. No, you didn't willingly make a pact with a magical entity.
Oh, wait, maybe?
No, again, your one was very involuntary. Because you don't exactly make a deal with a gift giver. They tend to give you a gift and let you deal with it.
True.
That's not making a pact. A pact is a mutual of, like, I give you something, you give me something.
Yeah.
For them, they gave you something and then went, okay, bye, and then left. So,
It fits.
yeah, very different.
Alright.
So your blood rich, your omen seeking is no. Your walkabout is very different.
It was just a guided tour, okay?
Yeah, a guided tour with a weird, freaky, bestial thing.
It wasn't that weird.
He was a chupacabra.
You'd be amazed how close you are to that.
Judging by your description, is like, that's a fucking chupacabra.
I have the picture in my chat, and if you go back to that moment, you can see my reaction to it. It was not pretty.
No, still not pretty.
See?
But, Amberly, as you follow the residue, there is a trace of it in the air, but nothing tangible. And as the train leaves Sector 5, and it's very quick, it takes like less than 25 minutes to get from one sector to the next. 25 to 45 minutes because you're going around Sector 5 because it's quarantined. When you arrive in Sector 4, leaving the transit, your ghost shunt active, kind of like gauging. On the wall, like the arch that goes welcome to Sector 4. And all of you see it as you walk by, because you kind of gather what Amberly's like looking at. There's a handprint of that same residue.
How many fingers on the hand?
7.
How many fingers should the gift giver have? Well, he's the one that I
6.
spoke to? Okay. It had multiple. It
It's
had more than 5, but not 7.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But looking at it, but though, from what you gather, it had, at one point it had 4, had 3, had 5, 7, 8, 10, 5 again, 4.
Also,
Shifted a lot.
didn't we see something like this in that movie?
You did, but it was more like it was created of stars, not burnt flesh on concrete.
Fair
I don't know.
enough, but there are similarities, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How long has this residue been there? Does it look fresh or?
Older. Give or take about 2 weeks. Because there's not been a reason for you to go near the transit zone, so you've not really picked up a residue before. And judging by the ones that you saw on the way up to the transit zone, those were about a month, give or take. This one is fresher by an amount.
Can she get a sense of where it's gone to from here?
Your sensors are quite sharp, and your tracking system is even sharper in what you're looking for. Judging by the direction of the handprint, it's almost like a beeline towards a quarantined sector.
And would it be the quarantine sector we're heading to, or?
More than likely. And because I'm looking at the time, that'd be a perfect place to end the session for today, as you guys are now there and are about to start the heist proper.